It was one of those scorching afternoons in Phoenix, the kind where the heat waves dance off the asphalt like they're trying to escape the desert themselves. And I was just wiping down counters at the desert oasis diner, dreaming of a cold soda, when the door flew open with this desperate bang and stumbled this pregnant woman, face all swollen and bloody, arms wrapped tight around her belly like she was holding on to life itself. Her name was Mia, I found out later, and right on her heels came this hulking biker guy, leather vest gleaming with patches, eyes blazing with that ugly mix of booze and fury. Marcus Blade Vargas, a real piece of work from the local Iron Eagles chapter, the kind of man who thought his bike and his brothers gave him a free pass to rule his world with fists. I froze for a split second, heart pounding like a drum in my chest. But something snapped inside me. I'd been there before, years ago, hiding my own bruises under long sleeves, promising myself I'd never let another woman walk that lonely road if I could help it. So I stepped right in front of her, blocking his path, and said, "Not here, Marcus, not today." Man, the diner went dead silent, forks hovering midair, truckers staring into their coffee like it held the secrets of the universe. Everyone knew the Iron Eagles ran roughshod over this town, their roars echoing through the canyons at night, and getting between one of them and his property was like poking a rattlesnake with a stick. Mia collapsed into a booth, whispering through tears that she'd fallen. The classic lie we all tell ourselves at first, but I knelt down, pressed a towel to her lip, and said soft but firm, "No, honey, you didn't, and it's not your fault. None of it is." Watching her walls crack just a little as she spilled it all, how Marcus had been raging over some petty argument about money, his jealousy flaring because she wanted to work part-time, not depend on his erratic club earnings that smelled like trouble. He didn't care about the baby kicking inside her for months along, just swung anyway, and there I was, Emily Harper, single mom slinging hash browns to pay the bills, suddenly in the middle of this storm, my mind racing. Call the cops? Huh. Half the force rode with the Eagles on weekends. The other half feared them'd just make things worse for her later, some accident in the dark. So I did the only thing that made sense in that twisted moment. I pulled out my phone, thumb hovering like it weighed a ton, and dialed Lucas Iron Mendoza, the chapter president himself, a guy I'd served coffee to 100 times, always polite, but with that steel edge that said don't cross him. "Iron," I whispered, glancing back to make sure Mia couldn't hear. "It's Emily from the Oasis. Mia's here, beat up bad. Says Blade did it, and yeah, she's pregnant." Silence on the line, heavy as a monsoon cloud. Then his voice cut through like gravel under tires. "Keep her the coming." And I could already hear engines revving in the background, the whole clubhouse stirring like a hive poked awake. Mia looked up, eyes wide and scared. "Who was that?" And I just squeezed her hand. "Someone who's gonna make sure he never lays a hand on you again, trust me, okay?" But outside, the rumble started, first one bike, growing louder, and my stomach twisted because it wasn't the cavalry yet, just Blade himself, storming back in, doors slamming so hard the windows rattled, his bloodshot eyes locking on Mia like prey. "What the hell do you think you're doing, running your mouth in here?" he snarled, voice booming across the booths, dripping with that mocking contempt he saved for anyone who dared stand you pan. Mia flinched, curling tighter, but I planted my feet, apron still on, heart hammering but voice steady as I could make it. "You're not taking her, Bladesh, done being your punching bag." His lip curled into this ugly snarl, stepping closer, towering over me with whiskey breath and scarred knuckles. "You? A nobody waitress telling me what to do? She's my wife, my business move, or you'll regret it." And for a second, fear clawed at me, memories of my own ex flashing back, but anger won out, hot and fierce. "She's your victim. You coward, and your brothers are about to see what a spineless bully you really are." Confusion flickered in his eyes, then rage explodida leaned in, whispering venom. "You just dug your own grave, sweetheart." But before he could grab me, the real thunder hit, dozens of engines roaring up outside, shaking the whole diner like an earthquake, bikes circling the lot in a wall of chrome and leather. Blade's smirk faded fast as the door swung open again, and in walked Iron Mendoza, scar across his jaw from some old bar brawl, calm as a desert night, but with eyes that could pin you down. Took one look at the scene, Mia huddled and bleeding, me standing guard, Blade fists clenched and said. Casual but cutting. Blade, what's this look like to you? Blade spread his arms, trying to play it cool. Brother, it's nothing. She tripped, got mouthy. You know how it is. But Iron stepped closer, boots echoing. Looks like a patched eagle raising his hand to a pregnant woman, his own kid inside. Hurt hats, not brotherhood. That's weakness. Murmurs rippled from the bikers crowding the Dorothy. Heard rumors about Blade's temper, his shady deals skimming club funds to fuel his ego. But seeing it raw like this? His rep crumbled right there. Blade's voice cracked, desperate now. She's mine. She disrespected me, pushed my buttons over money, over everything. But Iron's face hardened. Disrespect? You call beating her bloody respect? That's cowardice. Plain and simple. Take off your cut. The diner sucked in a collective breath. Stripping a vest meant exile. Losing your identity. Your protection. Blade laughed, thin and fake. You wouldn't toss me over some skirt and a meddling waitress. But Iron raised a hand. Two burly guys grabbed him, holding him still as Iron ripped the patches off with one yank, the tear echoing like a gunshot. You disgraced Ushiner means protecting, not her tingery out, Iron said, tossing the shredded leather aside. And Blade thrashed, cursing, I built this chapter. You can't do this. But the eyes on him were cold. No allies left. Burned too many bridges with his greed and violence. They shoved him out, engines parting just enough to let him slink away on foot, broken and alone. And as the cheers rose outside, I felt this rush, like the world tilting right for once. Mia sobbing in relief, her hand on mine, and Iron turning to me with a nod. You stood up when we should. V makes you family now. Emily and family gets the shield. From that day, it wasn't over. Blade didn't vanish quietly. Oh no, his humiliation festered like a bad wound. Whispers of him recruiting outsiders, slashing tires at the diner, cruising my street at night to rattle me. All because I'd exposed his rot and cost him his power in the club he'd manipulated for years. But Iron kept his word. Bikes idled outside my house that first night. Guardians in the shadows while I hugged my daughter Lily tight, 9 years old and oblivious, chattering about school as I chopped veggies with shaky hands, jumping at every headlight. A pickup slowed once, too long a probe from Blade, testing the waters. But those eagles revved up, shadowing it away, and by morning Iron was on my porch, helmet under arm. That was him, or his Gunswery building the wall higher. No waiting around. Soon, rotations of riders watched my block. Women from the club, tough gals with their own scars, brought meals, played with Lily, turning protection into this unexpected community, easing the cage. At first felt like, because for once, I wasn't scanning every shadow alone. Word spread through the biker world like dust in the wind. A brother stripped for crossing the line, not with rivals, but his own blood. And Iron called a meet in an old warehouse on the outskirts. 200 guys shoulder to shoulder, engines humming outside as he held up that torn vest. This is what happens when we forget we protect the innocent, shield our own. Blade broke that. So he's no brother. The place erupted. Boots stomping, fists pounding. It reignited something. Men who'd grown cynical remembering why they rode together. And from there, the shield grew real. Chapters volunteering for safe houses, escorts to court, guards for homes like mine. We called it the Eagle Shields. Wives and girlfriends stepping up with counseling, meals, legal know-how. What started with Mia and me spread, a network saying no more hiding abuse behind patches. It got tested quick. 2 weeks later, 1 a.m. call. A teen girl bolts into a gas station, cheek bruised, stepdad chasing. Clerk dials our hotline. And within minutes, bikes and an SUV roll up, Iron pinning the drunk fool down till cops haul him off. Girls safe in a jacket too big, whispering thanks. Then came the messy. One woman locked in a trailer with her toddler, boyfriend waving a shotgun, high on rage over her wanting out of his controlling grip. Neighbors watching scared, but Iron walks up calm. You're outnumbered, drop it, walk away alive. The guy laughs wild. Make me. Till I step forward, vest on now, arms crossed. Go on, point that at me, show everyone what a big man you are. And his smirk cracks, gun lowers. Cuffs click. Toddler in my arms giggling like nothing happened. By month's end, 30 calls, some rescues, some just rides or groceries. Cops noticing fewer domestics, a sheriff pulling Iron aside. Don't get you bikers, but it's working, keep it up. But the real peak hit that summer. Heat-baking Phoenix like an oven, 600 bikes thundering in from across Arizona, pipes roaring, formation tight as a fist. I stood on the diner steps, apron still tied, jaw dropped as they parked. A sea of leather parting for Robert, Big Bear Sullivan, state prez, beard silver, and presence like a mountain. He takes the mic. We're here for a birth-off honor reborn. This woman, Emily, stood where we faltered, between coward and kin saved a life, sparked truth. Cheers shake the ground as iron hands over this custom vest, wings shielding an eagle. Untouchable, bold across it, Big Bear slips it on me. Not membership, a promissory protected by every chapter. And the engines roar, a tidal wave of sound. Mia in the crowd lifting her newborn joy high. Our eyes meeting in this wordless thanks. Iron grabs the mic. No one touches hearer any under our shield without facing us all. Fists up. Ground trembling fear I'd carried melted in that noise. Me at the convoy's heart. Escorted like royalty. Life remade from invisible waitress to symbol. Yet, as the roar faded, questions lingered. Was it right? Bikers playing judge and jury, stepping where laws falter? Or does it blur lines, invite chaos? The eagle shields grew, 50 rescues by fall, headlines flipping stereotypes. Bikers turned protectors, some called it PR, but those women sleeping safe knew better. Rallied at the Capitol, me speaking. We're no saints, but strengths in shielding. Not striking every call makes us stronger. Phoenix trembled with hope, not fear. One act rippling to an army. What do you think? Was it justice or vigilante overreach? Share below. Ever seen communities step up like this, right or wrong? Hit subscribe. Notifications on your stories keep this going. Real warriors protect. Shields start with one stand.